Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is the Sonic movie which introduced us to Knuckles and Tails into the movie franchise and recast Knuckles' voice actor to be a pretty big name actor. We have Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, we have Ben Schwartz as Sonic, and now we have Idris Elba as Knuckles, and he did reprise his role for number 2 and also the miniseries of the Knuckles series, which I did take a look at a couple of months back, and that is the first sort of thing that I took a look at of Sonic from this film franchise. I hope we do get a mini Shadow series, because that shit would go hard, and just sort of explain where Shadow is in between like 3 and 4 and what he's doing and like how he gets back to the group. But gonna be honest, moving on to moving on as fast as Sonic and getting on to what Google has to say about Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 4.8 out of 5 on Amazon. You can watch this on Amazon, Paramount Plus, and after seeing in Green Hills, Sonic is eager to prove that he has what it takes to be a true hero. His tests come when Dr. Robotnik returns with a new partner, Knuckles, in search of the mysterious emerald that has the power to destroy civilizations. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick, Tails, and together they embark on a globe-trotting journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. So this is Sonic and Tails going on a global adventure and traveling the world, and how this actually starts off is with Sonic getting into a little bit of bother by being Batman, Justice for Gotham, throughout all of New York City, and sort of causing more harm than good when he's trying to stop the crime, and sort of, destroying half the city in the process. He thinks he's done a great job. Donut Lord then gives him a stern talking to, saying his time will come. He will know when he's being tested, and he will have big hardships to overcome in the near future. And those hardships come very, very quickly when Donut Lord and his wife leave to go to her sister's wedding. And when they leave, guess what? He has at least half a day to explore and dance around with the dog before he is shipped off by Tails, because Tails comes in, kidnaps him, and runs away with him because Robotnik showed up and brought Knuckles to rock his shit. Robotnik has taken his second step into becoming more Robotnik-like by shaving his head in this one. He was pretty skinny and had a full set of hair. He was pretty crazy and pretty sort of self-absorbed and an egotistical, narcissistic character in the first movie. He keeps that sort of mindset going into the second movie. He's a little bit more intense, a little bit more insane because of his isolation that he found on the Mushroom Planet. But Tails comes in, saves him, and then they go to a Longclaw Temple, which has no right to be on Earth. They find the location and the map to the Chaos Emerald. They find the lost city of Atlantis, but Tails gets hurt. So then we have Sonic trying to get him to, Donut Lord, and Donut Lord accidentally gave the ring that they need to get home to the wedding, so he absolutely destroys the wedding, summons Sonic and an avalanche of snow to this sort of Hawaiian beach desert, and then the wedding's ruined. Tails and Sonic get captured by the government and locked up. The humans then have their time to shine because they absolutely free the hedgehog, Donut Lord and Tails, and then Sonic gets angry because they hurt Tails and hurt Donut Lord as well, so he has to stop it. He has to get revenge. He goes angry, he goes full anger and runs to where they need to go. He runs over the ocean like Elsa does in Frozen 2, and he gets to this lost city of Atlantis, fights Knuckles. Robotnik betrays Knuckles, and then Sonic saves Knuckles, Knuckles then saves Sonic. They then decide to work together and they take out Robotnik, who has the Master Chaos Emerald, Chaos Emerald in him, which has given him Green Lantern-like powers, and he has built a giant mech. Then Tails gets his plane, and Sonic goes Golden Sonic, and they defeat Robotnik, killing him in the process, and then the secret ending is a test tube with Shadow inside, and everyone says Chris Pratt is going to be Shadow's voice actor, and that is how the movie ends. Honestly, I quite like this one. People do complain about this one, saying that the characters weren't given enough time to develop as their own sort of separate beings to Sonic, and that is where I say that you're wrong, because I feel like Knuckles had a whole load of time to develop. We had his sort of story as he's slowly realizing that Robotnik isn't the good guy or isn't the help that he thinks he is, and then we have him also changing to Sonic's side, and that is shown throughout the entire movie. We see his distrust for Robotnik start to show throughout like all of his evil schemes and all of his interactions with Sonic, but he's so driven by his sort of urge to protect and find this Chaos Emerald and to get revenge for his like Echidna colony because of Longclaw killing half of them and him being the last Echidna left. The revenge plot and the sort of being the last one alive to fulfill the prophecy, to fulfill the mission, him being given a childhood mission to fulfill. Sonic then changes his mind with the Talk No Jutsu, like Naruto does, with his happy, charismatic charisma. Most of the comedy from this movie does come from references and stupid little jokes and dance parties. We do see Sonic floss in this movie. He flossed in the first movie, so the Fortnite references just keep coming and just keep going deeper, but we still haven't got Sonic in Fortnite yet, which does make me very, very upset, because I would love to have Sonic in Fortnite. I would buy him straight away. No fucking delay. Give me my blue blur, please. He does call Knuckles the Winter Soldier, and with Marvel's absolute steep decline, that joke might not hit with most people, but I still think it's quite funny. We also have a reference to Sonic's really hit game, that sort of snowboarding one that he had, sort of Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games, which I think goes fucking hard, not gonna lie. That scene is one of my favourite ones, other than the end battle. I just like the snowboarding, it's cool as fuck. Like I say, moving battle scenes are some of the best battle scenes, because they have so much to them, they're so well choreographed, and I do feel like the humans take a much more needed backseat in this movie than they did in the first one, which, again, I do like, but they are still there, and they still do have their subplot, but this time, they're more invested in the subplot, because they have more characters in it, with the gun sort of situation thing, and the sort of false marriage that's going on. It just feels very cheap, very lackluster, and I'm not a huge fan of it, not gonna lie. I would appreciate it if the humans could completely back off and disappear, but I know that is not the case because they have built characters for them. I just feel like they don't really fit in the movie and take a lot away from the movie. They take away much needed screen time for our main heroes to go and do their own thing, but their bigger step back to let Sonic and Tails grow their friendship and grow their bond over the first sort of half of the movie, I think is really good. And then them coming back at the end, and then for whatever reason they all become a lovey-dovey family. They get adopted as well. Tails and Knuckles now join the family and they get adopted. Knuckles is still this sort of Starfire-esque character where she isn't fully familiar with the Earth customs and still gets stuff wrong and takes stuff too literally. It does feel like the Starfire effect from Teen Titans, where it is that sort of stereotypical alien that doesn't really know how things work. Sometimes it's a robot, sometimes it's an alien, but most of the time they are quite stupid and like the butt of the joke. And Knuckles does continue to be the sort of muscle with no brain, the muscles for brain, like, you know, esque character that we see in the games and also in the other sort of versions of Knuckles, but this one just felt a little bit more like intelligent. Not like the dumbest of the dumb, but like he's intelligent when it comes to like fighting with strategy and sort of teaming up with enemies and stuff. Like he is very smart when it comes to that sort of stuff, so you can give him credit in some aspects. Like he does still have a brain and he still does have morals, and seeing Supersonic is absolutely fucking insane. I didn't expect to see that, and I didn't expect them to bring it in, especially with the second movie as well. But with Knuckles guarding the Chaos Emerald, it is kind of given that we're going to get some Supersonic form And obviously, I know it's a rip on Goku, but I don't care. Sonic does it better. Sonic is sick. Sonic is better than Goku. Sonic is better than Dragon Ball. Change my mind. Fight me. I'll die on this hill. Yeah. The CGI is just as good as the first one. The character designs follow the same sort of similar pattern that Sonic does, which isn't ugly and actually looks good. I think they're actually quite cute, and they're actually translated well into real life compared to whatever the fuck they tried to give us first time round. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say about this movie. I think it is a definite improvement from the first one, but I still think there is better to come. So come back tomorrow and hear my opinions on Sonic 3, because this one is a solid 8 out of 10. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. If you do want me to review any other TV shows, movies, animes, please do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll get onto it as quickly as possible. Please do remember I have a 4-month backlog, so it might take me a little bit of time to get onto your movie suggestion, but I will get there eventually, don't you worry.